Bergeron's daughter's stroller is still right here in the trunk. You can see it's wrapped up in metal. It won't even move. Bergeron says it's a really good thing that her daughter wasn't with her. Ordinarily, she would be right here in this seat. Meanwhile, we're learning more about Deputy Van Hooser. Turns out, according to court papers, back in 2005, he had his name legally changed. And he has a history of reckless driving. To give you an idea of just how high these floodwaters were, I'm about 6'3". The floodwaters came up about 6 feet high. Firefighters tell us if the family hadn't gotten up on top of this van right here, they may not have survived. Taking a look at this car, doesn't seem to be a whole lot left. The tires are burned off, all the plastic and rubber is all melted, but the ATF tells us there are still a lot of clues here.
We had 2 crews in Pocahontas working throughout the night, and we first begin with Channel 13's Aaron Brilbeck, who was there when homeowners got their first look at the damage. Aaron, some of this video is pretty shocking.
Well, Liz, it's extremely shocking. And now that we're seeing more of it in the daylight, it's stunning just how much damage there is. If you look back here behind me, all this debris back here, we're told this was at one point a gorgeous orchard. Every single one of these trees was hit when the tornado touched down. Back over here to my left, you can see this pickup truck over here, which we're told was picked up and tossed like a Tonka toy several yards all the way into the road here, rolled several times over. But probably most remarkable, back over here, this entire home was taken down. But if you look down in the basement, there's a pickup truck that had blown down into the basement. Remarkably, there were people down in the basement at the time. And Liz, this isn't the only damage that we found.
They've got grain bins on top of machine sheds, tractors laying in the middle of the field, picked up and moved. Just major significant damage. Some of the abandoned farmhouses and stuff completely just wiped off the map.
Unbelievable damage in the north central part of the state as several tornadoes touched down, destroying everything in their path. In Fonda, a fire truck with firefighters still inside was hit by a twister.
The firemen had called out, they saw a funnel cloud, and then all of a sudden we didn't hear from him anymore. I was about a mile away from him and I couldn't see it as well. We've later heard from storm spotters that were in the area that this thing was basically wrapped in rain, and the next thing you know is they were on their side.
In nearby Verina, Keith Kuhl got his family to the basement just moments before the tornado ripped the roof right off his place. What are you seeing when you look up right now?
Sky. Just right now, beautiful sky, but wow, it wasn't there before. And you can go to every room in this house and all you can see is sky above.
No one was hurt, but some things just can't be replaced.
That's my son's cabinet, his Purple Heart. He was killed in Afghanistan. And I hope we can find everything for him. We're alive. He's not here, but I hope we can find everything.
After the interview, we sifted through the rubble, trying to help find the medals. Then, got the Silver Star.
We found the Silver Star.
A few minutes later, we found the Purple Heart, buried under broken glass and debris.
Thanks, guys.
Good start, brother. Looking at what's left of this home here in Pocahontas, it's remarkable that somebody could actually be inside of this when the tornado touched down and were able to survive. We're told where you're seeing the pickup truck right there, that's exactly where the kitchen table was just before the storm. The couple that lives here was in a storm cellar right there when this storm hit. They said they saw the trash flying all over the place. They felt the entire house shake from what they're telling neighbors, and then they looked up and there was nothing but sky. Again, incredibly, no reports of any serious injuries, no reports of any death. Liz.
Channel 13's Aaron Brilbeck was there. He joins us now live from Fort Des Moines. This is great news, Aaron.
Aaron, this is phenomenal news. And right now, things are very quiet here at Fort Des Moines, but just about an hour ago, it was chaotic, to say the very, very least, as soldiers who have been gone for almost a year, deployed in Iraq, returned home for the first time seeing their families in almost a year. To say it was a hero's welcome is an understatement. These folks were treated like rock stars. One by one, about 100 soldiers with the 103rd Expeditionary Sustainment Command returned to a hero's welcome. A motorcycle and police escort, and hundreds of cheering friends and family members. Many can't contain the excitement or their tears.
I was here when she was born, but I haven't seen her since then. She's gotten huge.
How'd she look to you?
Huh?
How'd she look?
She looks incredible.
It's been hard. A lot of the things that happen every day that you don't realize that you count on that person for, you really realize when they're not there.
I missed a lot back home. Things have changed a lot. They were 2 and 4 months, and now they're 3 and 1.5. So that was the hardest part. Once you get past that, everything else is easy. So I got some catching up to do with them.
Just the not knowing. He can't tell me where he is or what he's doing. So it's a good day.
What'd you think when you saw him?
It's over. Yeah, we're back.
The soldiers with the 103rd were responsible for making sure the things that are in Iraq right now are brought back here to the United States. Everything from vehicles and ammunition to fuel and even personnel. Well, now they're the personnel who are back home, and they say their job right now is to get back together with their families.
Yeah, we are happy they are back home. Thanks, Aaron.
It's a disaster waiting to happen. Some Occupy Des Moines demonstrators are keeping warm using electric space heaters inside tents insulated with old newspaper, dried leaves, and cardboard.
We use cardboard as a kind of a floorboard, and then we also have rugs that were donated to us. And we put the cardboard there, and then a layer of rug, and then maybe even do another layer of cardboard.
Taking old newspapers, going to the gas station, instead of getting the newspapers they're going to throw away, and stuffing like plastic sacks, because again, using everything I can.
You got this high heater here. You've got very thin plastic. You've got a bunch of plastic over there. You're insulating using newspapers. This looks like a fire hazard.
Well, I mean, again, I'm super safe with this. We just have this one thing right here, and we, keep that. I get on solid wood surface.
And that's not the worst of it. We found rats' nests of tangled electrical wires to power space heaters, computers, hot plates, and grills, all tapped into the city's electrical source. We even found City of Des Moines-owned electrical cords powering some of this stuff. A lot of the Occupy Des Moines demonstrators are using these crumpled up newspapers and these bags of old dried up leaves as insulation for their tents. But take a look at this. We found people standing right over the leaves smoking. We brought what we found to the Des Moines Fire Department.
The individual electrical usage when it comes to heating and the cords, yeah, that's new information to us.
Fire Inspector Brian O'Keefe tells us, yeah, this looks pretty dangerous.
Concern for the leaves, if they're dry, if they're around electrical equipment. The use of heaters, from what I saw in the video, some of those are strictly for indoor use. So there's a concern for rain, moisture, shock hazard.
O'Keefe tells us the city hasn't inspected the demonstrators' camp for about a week, but that's going to change.
As we have concerns, whether it's provided by you or the public or themselves within the occupied area, that we'll address that and make sure that everybody's safe.
Olson voted to waste your tax dollars on heated sidewalks.
You work hard, pay your taxes, and how do politicians like Stacey Aplin spend it? Potted flowers in Des Moines, heated sidewalks.
Welcome to West Union, Iowa, population 2,500 and home of the heated sidewalks. Or is it? We're looking for the heated sidewalks.
What's that?
We're looking for the heated sidewalks. Do you know where the heated sidewalks are?
I don't know where they're at.
Do you know where the heated sidewalks are?
There ain't none in town here yet.
Where are the heated sidewalks?
No.
Are there any heated sidewalks in town?
No. Oh, yeah. Yes, there were at Atwood. Place is closed.
We looked, but it turns out there are no heated sidewalks in West Union, despite what the political ads say.
And while we initially looked at a snow and ice melt system as a way to preserve the quality of the streams that surround our area and not have a lot of runoff reach those streams, after much consideration and looking at the feasibility, that was actually removed from our project in January of this year. So there are no heated sidewalks.
That means no tax money was spent on heated sidewalks. Could I ask you to reach down there and touch that for me and tell me if that feels hot to you, that sidewalk? Does that feel hot to you?
No way.
No, it's not hot?
No, huh?
Okay, no heated sidewalks here then.
Not yet.
Is that warm?
No, it's not.
No, so it's not a heated sidewalk.
It's not a heated sidewalk, no.
Okay. So could these ads be deceptive?
It's simply something that's being stated and it's not true. We are not planning to put heated sidewalks into our project.